Welcome to the 2020 APTA National Championships presented by our local sponsors BTIG and APTA national sponsors Viking and Uline. We are live from the Country Club of Darien in Fairfield County, Connecticut on the APTA network presented by eNet Live. I'm Jerry Viant along with Lauren Mandel, and we have a special guest, Anna Brazova, three-time APTA national champion, joining us for some color commentating. And we're going to see the women's round of 16 between the last-minute pickup team of Roxy Enica and Anya Kazakevich and the number 8 seeds, Jessica Guyaux and Myrta Molenveld. And Lauren, why don't you point out the players? And we're not sure what we're going to see today, are we?
Well, not only, okay, first I'll introduce the players, but on the far side of the court, in the deuce court with the blue jacket on, is Jessica Guyaux, and her partner in the long green sweatshirt is Myrta Molenveld. And on this side of the court, in the deuce court, is Roxy Enica and her partner Anya Kazakevich. And not only is this a pickup team, but Anya Kazakevich hasn't played on the APTA tour in several years at least. So Roxy Enica played with several other partners this year who aren't playing.
Their attention. Ask them if they're ready.
And Kazakevich stepped in, so it'll be interesting. When Nationals was here 4 years ago, Kazakevich and her partner Heather Prop made it all the way to the semis.
And who did they play, Lauren?
Who did they play in the semis?
Yeah.
They played Dardis and Shea.
That's right. That wasn't a test. I knew you knew. Yeah, so there's a lot of storylines. Oh, Mark Bliss is in the chairs. He's about to introduce the players. We had the stands were quite full before. We had the local team. Lauren, you called that match. We've had a lot of hometown support. The Fairfield County Paddle League is very strong, and we're going to see the stands and the crowds build over the weekend. They have quite a nationals committee that have worked very hard, led by Tina Kavanagh, Mark Fischel, and Carl Lebanon, who is the director of racket sports here.
The booth is ready for you.
That's us.
Adoring fans await.
Mark Bliss in the chair. He's a very experienced umpire. So, Anna, I'm going to be asking you some questions. You have played actually the Lake Invitational, and was it one other with Roxy Enica this year?
Hi, guys.
Yep.
Yes, I've played the Lake Invitational. That was the first Grand Prix. And then I played Boston Tournament and the Short Hills with Roxy.
And how'd you do in the Lake Invitational?
That one she's happy to tell you.
Roxy
We can
Enica
talk more
to
about
serve.
that one.
We'll just
Players
let
ready.
Mark Bliss. And Roxy Enica is serving. It's her partner, Anya Kazakevich, serving to Myrta Molenveld. And Lauren, look, we've got a bunch of
Love 15.
heavy hitters on the court, all rackets professionals.
Love 30.
All big hitters, but not big servers. There's the sidearm serve that's becoming popular.
Love 40.
And it's not unusual
15-40.
to have a little bit of a shaky start on your serve. National championships has a lot on the line. It's the most important tournament of the year for all of these players. It means a lot.
You can see right from the get-go how many different spins Enica will give you.
30-40.
Yeah, Roxy Enica serving. She's got a huge forehand and a big roller overhead.
Deuce.
hoping to get this match in. Weather conditions have really changed. The temperature has dropped, the wind has picked up, and we're expecting showers.
Got some scores for you.
Advantage, Guyaux, Molenveld.
This is Around the Grounds with Lauren Mandel.
Morgan and Sikora are up 3-2 against Manly Ruoff. And Elliot Rodesno are up 2-1 against Nutting and Williamson.
Game, Guyaux, Molenveld. They lead 1-0, first set.
So Anna, what do you think about Enica? And I mean, you've played a bunch with her this year. What do you think about her teaming up with Kazakevich?
Well, there's a lot of talent in that team. They are tremendously, very good tennis players. Great hands, quick. It's a matter of communication, I guess, when a new team pairs up. Communication, maybe having a plan on every point, especially at the beginning of the match or beginning of the games. And then calling every ball, because it's crucial when somebody lobs or there's quick interchanges. Calling it and trusting your partner is key here. So it's all about, the patience, the shot selection, and I guess the communication with this new team.
Here's Jessica Guyaux serving.
And Molenveld and Guyaux are very accustomed to playing together. They've played together a lot for two seasons now.
Yeah, they got to the finals of Boston, where they lost to Andreka Zabori, the number 2 seed, 6-4 in the third. And they also lost to them in the quarters, 6-4, 7-5 in Philly a couple of weekends ago. And they were the semi-finalists in the Lake Invitational, where they lost to Delmonico Gebbia. And it's a mighty effort, because Guyaux, they don't live near each other, so they're not having a chance to practice. Guyaux lives in Pittsburgh, and Myrta Molenveld is from Connecticut.
30-15.
See, their plan is to
30
test
love.
Anna Kazakevich in the deuce court. Smart play right off the bat. She hasn't had a lot of tournament play.
You see she has that huge swing on her forehand.
30-15.
She has to really time it well.
Just a quick update on the scores. Crick and Lofgren have defeated Frazier and Grangiro. I don't have the score on that, but I just I got the word.
First upset on the men's side. Happened quickly.
What I would like to see on this match, that Roxy and Anya both have firepower off their forehands. And I think it'll be great to see a lot of blitzing and coming in and to kind of overtaking the net.
Strong start by Elliott and Rodesno. They're up 5-2 in the first set against Nutting and Williamson.
Nice move by Enica. She got the ball low,
40-30.
followed it in.
It's a nice, steady pace of play for early in the match. All 4 players do love to play fast. You can see that
Game, Guyaux, Molenveld. They lead 2-0, first set.
Deuce side.
Wait on you. Love 15.
Kazakevich doing a good job early here of keeping those overheads deep. Not that one as much. But the person who's going to do the damage with the overhead is
15
Enica,
all.
without a doubt.
15-40.
Nice off-pace shot by Kazakevich.
30,
She got
15.
Guyaux to reach.
30-40.
40, 15.
Game, Elliot Rodesno. Elliot Rodesno wins first set. 6-2.
All right,
40,
we
30.
need to see a little positive energy from Enica and Kazakevich here.
They got the mosey walk happening.
Yeah.
We need a little fist pump. We need a little. Oh, there we go. There's a hand tap. We need a little footwork going. They're both emotional players. Both Anya Kazakevich and Roxy Enica. They're usually high energy but high emotion, so they can be very streaky. They can go on a roller coaster ride. And right now, I think they're just trying to get into the match and get
Game.
a feel for
Enica,
it. You see, you
Kazakevich.
hear Roxy and
Guyaux,
Enica then
Molenveld
calling
lead
out.
2-1 first set.
Trying to get herself going, I think.
Yeah, yep. And I tell Jessica Guyaux, you know, she's been around for a long time, and has been in the past a very streaky player, very hot and cold, a lot of talent, hits a big ball. And then I remember watching her play in Boston 3 years ago, and there was a change. She became more patient. She started to look for balls. She started to use the lob and set up the play and set up her strength. And since then, you know, she's been a consistent contender and in the top ranked players. And she's played with a lot of different partners. She played with Kerry Del Monaco.
And you don't see that often. That you don't see someone who for quite a few years is sort of at the level below make
Yeah.
that jump and stay up there.
Yep. I think her daughter has given her a lot of patience.
6-2 for Elliot
15.
Rodesno over Nutting and Williamson. Molenveld is tall, but she really works hard at getting down low for those volleys. She's very deliberate about it.
15 all.
Yeah, Molenveld, heavy ground strokes off the deck. She hits the ball a ton. And excellent movement.
15, 30.
She's tall, but she moves well.
And she has good reach.
Yeah. She's like that 747
40.
coming at you.
Her serve is probably the weakest part of her game.
Little guest
Game,
appearance
Enica,
there. You heard their paddles
Kazakevich.
clash.
Games are
You got
2-all
that
first
middle
set.
player's got to take that backhand volley, and Guyaux's got to keep her forehand out of there. Very tempting, though, isn't it, Anna? A lot of people like to reach. No
Yep.
one you teach, of course, at the Indian
And
Trail
you would,
Club.
and you really would never do that because you're so disciplined on your volleys.
Love 15.
Well, that's what helps with two teams playing together, knowing each other's language and where they are. it definitely seals the deal with the between shot. But it's very important, definitely,
15
to
all.
shift and follow the placement of the ball to be able to, trust your partner and let them take it.
So if the drive goes between you, it's the player on the right. The quiet backhand volley has got the better play on that heavy bullet drive rather than the player on the left stabbing out at the bullet. It's different if it's a floater and you have time to flip your paddle, but that ball there was a bullet and they clash paddles.
30-15.
There's that two-handed backhand that Molenveld likes to take in the middle too. We haven't seen Enica hit any of the rollers because of the depth of the lobs that
Right.
Molenveld and Guyaux are hitting. So they're keeping Enica out of the service box and making her hit placement overheads.
And I think
Sure.
sorry, Jerry,
Yeah.
that's really the most important thing to do in this match, because if Enica can control things with her overhead and her roller, it's going to be a long day for Guyaux and Molenveld. But if they can take that out of the equation, like there, that's
Like that.
trouble. That was nice of them
40,
to demonstrate
15.
the short lob and
I
the
know, we didn't even
short
give him a
roller.
hand signal to like throw that up for us so we could talk about it. All right, Roxy and Enica is serving. This would put them up in the match. They held here. Nice pace on that overhead.
Game
And
Enica Kazakevich. They lead 3-2, first set.
so still, Anna, still early in the first set. Still trying to feel their way into the match here. Anything you see that stands out?
Well, I think for Roxy and Anya, I think to be able to create offense and see less screens, I would love to see them to lob a little bit higher, not so much maybe deeper, but a little bit higher to be able to create that short ball so they can attack it. I think what I've seen so far that the lobs are not particularly that high, and Mirtha and Jessica are capable of or able to get to the screens a lot more than they should.
Love 15.
Jessica Guyaux serving.
See that
What?
big return from Enica, tough to
Well,
control
30.
on the volley.
Yeah, you got to have softer hands. It's probably still like in the 40s temperature-wise. The ball was pretty lively. .43 in cloudy.
40.
We're expecting a 40-50% chance of showers later on, and we're keeping our fingers crossed because we've got another round of men's matches coming on after this. But 40s, the ball is really lively. You've got a huge ground stroke coming at you. You've got to be quiet on your volleys, and you've got to have soft hands. You can't be matching the speed or the sound of the drive with your volley. Makes it very hard to keep it in. Whoa, great spot by Enica there.
Game Enica
I'm not sure why
Kazakevich.
Guyaux
They lead
didn't
4
try to
games
close there.
2,
Either
first
close or
set.
go back. She was nowhere.
Especially with the pace that she hit with that,
Yeah.
that overhead. She should expect that a drive, especially from Roxy, will come back.
She screened Guyaux there so she couldn't see it. She couldn't reach it, and then Guyaux couldn't see it. All right, Anya Kazakevich serving. Up
Love 15.
4-2 in the first set. This is the round of 16. The APTA National Championships. She's got to take a moment here.
Love 30.
And that's a smart play by her partner, walking back, telling her just get it in.
That's
Nothing
not what
flash.
she's saying to her. That's the last thing you should say to your partner. She's saying, don't worry, you got this.
She says, I don't want anything flashy, just we're in
Love
this.
40.
It's a new team combination there.
You mean whatever I can reach is mine?
Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, I'll get out of your way. You can see Anya Kazakevich is really moving off the court. And when you have that much movement at net, you're going to get caught by a player that has a big drive because you just can't get yourself back in position
Enica
and set.
Kazakevich leads
So
the first set.
they're going to have to figure that out, who's taking
4
the
games to 3,
overheads.
new ball.
You saw those two scramble. Well-placed lobs. Anya Kazakevich was running for the hills, so she didn't get smacked in the head.
I think that before long, Kazakevich and Enica are going to switch up what's happening when Kazakevich's serving, because she's really just pushing the ball in the box, and they have no way to really get the point going there. So they need to play eye or maybe stay back or something.
Guyaux Molenveld should have seen what happened at last point and then pick those spot lobs and try and cause more confusion because they haven't had the court time, so there's going to be some hesitation. All right, Myrta Molenveld serving to tie up this first set. Myrta Molenveld has a little pause before she strikes the ball and then she goes on her serve.
Enica had a good look at that short
15 love.
forehand. Overhit it.
It's actually a good spot to go because Jessica wasn't all the way to the alley, so it was open.
Nice spot by Enica.
15 all.
Taking advantage of all those short balls, Jerry.
Yeah.
Good hands by everyone.
Great hands
Yeah.
all around.
30, 15.
Another option for Roxy and Kazakevich would be if Roxy's not, or if Enica's not getting any balls in the back, it would be a good idea to switch,
Yeah.
trade
Call.
spots, especially on that middle ball,
30 all.
even though Enica might not do anything with that ball, but at least give them a different look from the back.
30, 40.
Well, that's the plan, Anna, and until Kazakevich and Enica do something to take Guyaux Molenveld out of it, they're going to keep playing Kazakevich over there. And they're going to have to find a way to get Enica more like that. She moved over and moved in.
I just feel like that Molenveld and Guyaux are controlling the net pretty well with the pace that they want to play. So Enica and Kazakevich have to do something to be able to turn it over a little bit and have it go a little bit their way. Because otherwise, with this pace, it's harder to be more offensive and do some damage.
Kazakevich could get her lobs a little deeper. It would help. They're hitting a lot of these overheads with their feet inside the service box.
Especially that she's seeing most of the balls.
Yeah.
She has to somehow think of getting Enica into play by lobbing higher, maybe down the line a little more.
And if she did that, Enica would also have the opportunity to possibly blitz on a lob.
Nice catch there by Guyaux. She closed the net and
Advantage,
put
Guyaux
that volley
Molenveld.
deep in the court, hit the side back screen. Okay, point for Guyaux Molenveld to tie it up 4-all in the first set.
Good job by
Game,
Molenveld there.
Guyaux
She missed a couple
Molenveld.
serves. She got really angry
Game
at
for
herself
4-all,
and she
first
bore
set.
down and made a nice comeback in that game. Big hold.
I'm surprised, actually, you guys, by the speed of this match. All four are very calibrated, very deliberate. There's not a lot of speed, flash. It's basic 101 paddle, and I think it's smart by all four players to just fill the court, especially for Enica and Kazakevich, as they start to learn who's going to take what ball. And that's all part of the deliberateness from Jessica Guyaux that we saw there. She's willing to hit one more ball to wait for the right ball to come in. As years gone by, it was like she wanted to hit and come on anything that she could get her paddle on. But I think, and that's part, I think, too. She trusts Molenveld. She trusts her partner. So
You'll see of all the
Love
players
30.
on this court, Enica's really the only one that goes for her serve. The rest of them are content to just place it.
Elliott and Rodenzo are leading second set 3-2 versus Nutting and Williamson.
and of course, Macy Elliott is the assistant pro here at the
Love
Country Club
40.
of Darien.
Tremendous point by Guyaux Molenveld. They really worked all the corners of the court there.
It's also the pace that she hit that drive wasn't too hard, obviously, based on the angle. Smart shot.
Correction, ball was on the line. Back of the line. 15-40.
It's a little too hard and a little too high on Jessica Guyaux's
Game,
forehand.
Guyaux
so Kazakevich is gonna
Molenveld.
stay
They lead
away
5
from that
games to
spot.
4, first set.
Especially that the lob was pushed back. If she did go hard, she would probably be best to go right at her to shake her up a little bit.
So this is the biggest women's draw ever at Nationals. 128 teams. A big part of it is the strength of the Fairfield County Women's League. I got to have a look at the draw and count up how many local teams really supported this Nationals event.
That's incredible. It's also with the guys as well, right? It's a full.
Well, there's 2 different
64,
draws. This is the
64.
first time we're doing the men's premier draw with 64 teams and the new PTI draw with another 64. So we're actually running 3 tournaments under one umbrella. So that's like over 500 players participating this weekend. So that's a lot of lunches. As we have the dinner tonight, we'll be crowning the
5-4.
Childress and Blanch's Cup winners.
Love 15.
All right, see if Jessica Guyaux can serve out and take this first set. Kazakevich, as you noted, Lauren and Anna, that needs to get her lobs up higher.
I like Guyaux's positioning. She's really straddling that center line when Kazakevich is hitting, and good play by Enica.
I'm not
I'd
sure.
like to see a little more of.
Yeah, did Guyaux
Love
make the
15.
call so Murta Molenveld knew that Enica was sneaking in?
I
And
think there was
here-
a little bit of a bird watch there.
Yes, if you see your opponent sneaking in when your partner's about to hit the overhead, you got to let them know they're coming in.
15 all.
Game, Nutting, Williamson. Elliott Rodesno lead the second set, 4-3.
Elliot Rodesno up 4-3 in the second set against Nutting and Williamson. Smart lob by Kazakevich there. Right over the left shoulder of Jessica Guyaux.
Fifteen 30.
Love.
All right, important point here for Enica and Kazakevich.
And
Yeah,
Guyaux decides to stay back. Smart play. Enica can't have that spot that she likes to aim for. She took away the target.
30 all.
So Lawrence, so small adjustments making it during the match. They're seeing it and they're adjusting as it's happening. It's critical.
Love.
Good
40
overhead.
30.
I think if you can keep Enica static pretty much in the corner there, you're in good shape. It's when she's really moving and making things happen that she plays well.
Second set, match tied, 4 games apiece.
Too far back to hit that overhead, right,
Deuce.
Anna?
Especially with an angle like that.
Yeah.
They were doing so great by placing it down the middle if the ball was deep.
Advantage, Enica, Kazakevich.
All right, good move by Molenveld by coming to her partner and kind of settling it down after making
On
2
second,
errors
please.
in a row.
All.
All right, Lauren, we're seeing a little better lobs by Kazakevich. She's moving the lob around and also a little bit higher and deeper.
Yeah, I think one of them could have come in behind
Deuce.
that previous lob.
Down the line, yes.
Yep.
That's where I would love to see Roxy get more involved in the middle and try to, even if
Yep.
she's not doing much, just blitz in and show them.
Getting her moving, and
Exactly.
it's first of all, it's distracting to your opponents, and second of all, that's when Enica plays better when she's moving. She hits the ball better on the run.
Roxy baited her to drive that ball.
Advantage,
Could've been a
Enica
little smarter
Kazakevich.
to follow it forward and lift it up a little bit and blitz behind it. But it's tempting to hit it.
Game, Enica Kazakevich. Games are 5-all. First set.
5-all second set. I mean, first set.
We like this.
Here we go.
Can't get a handle on this first set.
No.
Nobody's really got any momentum or.
Yeah, we need to see the spark. We need get the feet going, get the energy going, get the fist pump going.
There's the. I like the I formation at least.
Kazakevich
Love
really
15.
quick serves. Like she's boom, boom, and Anika's not even at net set, and she started her service motion.
Nope.
That's the speed.
15-all.
Speed of that overhead, taking a block lob off the deck. You really got to get the height of the lob, the highest part of the lob before the net.
15-30.
Ooh, that's a dangerous spot on the court. Molenveld's forehand.
Not be taking that ball. If she is, they better switch up at the net. They'll be out of position.
Kazakevich has got to watch it with that overhead, putting it down on Guyaux's forehand off the back screen.
That's how she hits her overheads, though. She hits down on them. Oh, right on the back of the line there. Good get from Enica.
Great lob.
Yeah, great lob because she pulled her out of the service box.
Give herself time so they can't play the screens as much.
Yeah, Kazakevich has really found that gap in her lob right between
15, 40.
Molenveld and Guyaux. Guyaux's pulling tight, looking for the drive, and Kazakevich is holding the ball well.
5-40. 15-40.
15-30.
All right, 2 points. Break opportunities here. Nice drive. She's
Game,
really
Guyaux,
stepped in and hit
Molenveld.
down on it.
They
I
lead
just
6
think you
games
got to
to
stay back
5.
on that serve.
First set.
It's sitting.
Well, Kazakevich, the last 2 years, hasn't been playing on
Yeah.
the tour, so she's probably not seen a lot of that. I don't know how much she's playing in the Chicago area. She's playing in the league matches, but
I also feel like that a lot of teams don't do that. They don't want to give up the net. And I think in paddle, sometimes not only for the different look, but also if you can't make the volley, you got to change it up. You can't wait until you get better. You're not going to get better within the match.
And I think the stigma of staying back is more and more being lost. I mean, so many men do it, and I think more women's teams are doing it too because it's just, you're just giving away the point.
A lot of returners would like to have a target in
Yes.
front of them.
Yeah.
So if you take
All
away
good
the target,
returners want a
yes,
target.
If you take away the target, sometimes they don't know how much is enough.
so basically there's no shame in staying back.
No.
That's what
Exactly.
we're saying.
Exactly.
Find a
It's a
way
good
to
option.
get your team into the point.
All right, guys, we have an update. Manley and Ruoff lead the first set 7-6 against Morgan and Shikora.
Wow,
And
they
then-
took the first set.
Yeah, Manley
7-6
and Ruoff,
tiebreak?
7-6 tiebreak.
Okay.
And Nutting and Williams are up 5-4 against Elliott and Rodenzo. So close,
Awesome.
close set there.
Good. Some close round, women's round of 16.
Molenveld is the best lobber on the court, I would say, and Jessica should take advantage a little more of that short ball in the middle. She could be attacking a few of those shots.
And that comment is coming from one of the best lobbers in the game. Anna Brazova is known for her offensive lobs.
Thank you, Jerry.
Guyaux got confused there.
It's a good lobber. You do other things very well, but
Lob
you
15.
really know how to use that lob well. That was a huge compliment.
Very good compliment. I
Stop
mean,
hitting
Nobody's
me.
ever said that about me.
Lauren, you and your backhand.
Two-handed
I
backhand
wish I
drive
had
is
your
your
backhand.
strength.
Love 30.
All right, love 30 down.
Love 30. Oh, head fake there. I think if Molenveld could get those, she hits those 2 roller overheads. If she could get that ball a little deeper in the court at Kazakevich, I
Love
think
40.
she'd get more of a defensive return. She's hitting the roller, but it's a little short.
It's easier to pick it up off the deck. This way, if you hit it a little bit deeper, you actually make her think if she should take it off the deck or from the screen.
15, 40.
Yeah, and if it's deep and coming at you, then you got to get out of your
a
own
little bit
way, and then
more
there's
difficult,
spin and
yeah.
breaking the other way. Yes, it's the right spot, just needs to be a little bit deeper.
Elliott, Rodesno. Second set, match tie, 5 games apiece. Reminder, Elliott, Rodesno.
There's.
Win the first set, 6 games.
Ooh, she missed it, but she's got to do it. She's got to find
30,
some balls
40.
to hit.
But that's the shot that I was telling you, Lauren, that if they switch sides,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot more threatening. You actually get the other team to think about what are they going to do with every different play. They haven't mixed that up too much. But you got to give credit to Guyaux and Molenveld. They've been so steady at the net and baiting them to hit better shots.
Ooh!
And that's a new team right there.
Yep.
Deuce.
Yeah, well, Enica is obviously looking for the ball and just it's a little too far out of her reach there.
Love 40.
Good comeback from this game from Guyaux and Molenveld. Back to the playbook. Oof, nice volley by Guyaux.
They're not giving Roxy any deck shots. Every shot that Roxy has seen has been off the side back screen.
Advantage, Enica, Kazakevich.
And the couple deck shots she's had, she's missed because she's rushed because she knows it's the only one she's getting.
Well, sometimes those are better if you quick lob them and blitz behind it. If you're not getting offense off the deck, you got to figure out somehow.
Deuce.
She's overplaying the return for the same reason.
Jessica Guyaux looks so calm to me. Very centered, very confident looking. That's the right play. Really not giving Kazakevich anything to hit, but she
Great lob.
finds that spot again with her lob. Here we
No
go.
chance. No, the second Molenveld took a step back.
Advantage,
It was all over.
Kazakevich.
They let you know if your lob's short, don't they?
You can see by Roxy's smile before she hits it.
Game, Nutting, Williamson. Nutting, Williamson lead the second set. 6 games to
All kinds of out-of-position volleys there, but they get away with it.
Deuce.
All right, I think I overheard Nutting and Williamson won the second set. I'm not sure what the score is, maybe 6-4.
Over.
Rodesno and Elliott.
Yes.
Both Connecticut teams.
Great cover by Molenveld with the volley.
Advantage, Guyaux,
Big cover, but I think
Molenveld.
Jessica was going to stay back.
Okay, set point for Guyaux Molenveld.
love 15.
There it is.
Game and first set,
Interesting.
Guyaux, Molenveld. 7
Right, they
games
pulled
to
it
5.
out, Guillaume Molenveld, but you can feel Enica and Kazakevich just feeling their way in, getting their way into the match, but they're going to have to start hitting. We're going to talk to Randy Markey now, co-founder of Fusion Sports. Randy, jump on in. Hi, Randy.
Hi.
How are you? Are you excited this Nationals?
Oh, this has been amazing. I mean, these early rounds have been terrific.
So tell us about Fusion Sports for those of us who don't know about it. How did it start and what do you do with Fusion?
Sure. Well, Fusion Sports is a distributor and decorator of high-end custom apparel. And we really started, yeah, right.
Here we go. We'll get my jacket
Here's
out.
your jacket, right? And, you know, we just did, I don't know, almost 700 items just for this event. But we do business primarily in 4 verticals. We do events like this,
Ladies,
a lot of platform tennis related activities, but other kinds of events, corporate events, etc. We also do traditional corporate branded gear and schools and youth sports, but the business really started around racket sports.
Right.
And our support is to rackets professionals who are running their own pro shop. And what we do for them is we will help curate the selection for their pro shop and manage their, their inventory selection and take a lot of the pressure off of them from a working capital standpoint and from a buying.
2 more
I
games this
think
fall.
that's how I first met you. I mean, that's like a home run for me as a former rackets director and having the pro shop. You were able to come in and
Players are
give
ready,
products
second
right
set.
away, sizes, clothes, trends, everything
Absolutely.
changes. And what's your relationship with the APTA? You're one of our sponsors, and as the Grand Prix Tour, you provide a service for the tournament directors. And
Yeah, so we're thrilled. Last year we signed an agreement with the APTA to be the official and exclusive provider of tournament favors and apparel to all of the national ranking tournaments and the Grand Prix. And that's been just a wonderful symbiotic relationship. We're all
15
paddle players.
loves.
Right.
When you go into our office, it's almost all paddle players. And so we're all passionate about the game, but we're also all dialed in with the notion of growing the game as well. And part of growing the game is helping to improve the player experience at these events. And
30 love.
that's our real mission when it comes to these kinds of events. So
well, it definitely has streamlined the favors and the products going, and players can pick different products and upgrade.
30,
So it's
15.
definitely been a nice addition to the tour.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I think for the tournament director, we've really simplified the process for them as well, right? It used to be that you'd show up at a
30 all.
tournament and they'd have had to guess at sizes and quantities, and they'd end up with a box full of stuff with
Yeah, I'd get Lauren's jacket, and
Yeah.
she'd take my jacket.
exactly, and then you end up with a box in your office from 2009,
Right.
right, of
40,
stuff that you
30.
can't do anything with.
Yeah.
So we've eliminated all of that and simplified that process as well.
Well, great. Well, we really appreciate the sponsorship, and we're going to bring you back in a little bit later. We're going to talk about some other stuff that you're
Yeah,
involved
some really
in.
exciting stuff in Cleveland going on. It's
All
good.
right. Well, thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
We'll
Appreciate
get
it.
back to the women's match, and we'll chat with you soon.
It's deuce here in the first game of the second set.
All right, Lauren, I know you were watching, so see any changes in tactics or?
No, everyone's playing this match pretty standardly. There's not a lot of different...
Standardly.
Standardly.
I like
Is that a word?
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of different looks, different formations. That's a good shot by Guyaux.
Advantage, Guyaux, Molenveld.
That's a look of disappointment in Roxy's, Enica's face on that camera.
Yeah, we got a good view of that.
Kazakevich really has a flat overhead, doesn't she? Like
She
I
hits
think they could
everything
take
flat.
advantage of that.
Yeah, she's a flat hitter.
Well, the advantage is because the ball pops up on you. It doesn't sit low, so it rises up. And if you step up to it, take it early right off the rise. It's
Yep.
easier to drive that.
It's a nice deep overhead that she hit right there. Both teams are working the deuce court player over.
Molenveld thought she had that point 2 shots ago.
So we have another update. Elliott and Rodenzo, Nutting and Williams are in their second set tiebreaker. 6-6, about to start a tiebreaker.
So they didn't win the... Nutting Williamson didn't win the second set. I think you heard
Game,
wrong.
Guyaux,
So
Molenveld.
it's 6-2, 6 all.
They lead 1 game to love,
Yeah.
second
6-0.
set.
Did I say?
Yeah.
Maybe
Guyaux,
that was it.
Wait, who
Molenveld
got the
won
first set?
7 games to 5.
Rodesno and Elliott.
Elliott Rodenzo won the first set.
I knew that, but in case someone just tuned in, we like them to be on the edge of their seats, knowing what's
I agree.
happening. All right, so Clark Trophies by Max Lepervere. Let's see where Max Lepervere is. He's playing in this tournament. I'm not sure if he's played yet, but you're a #1 destination for all trophies and prizes. Clark Trophies, better quality, faster service. You see, Guyaux keeps her eye on Enica. Even though their setup play is to Kazakevich in the deuce side, you can see when Guyaux gets a short enough overhead, she's sliding it in to keep Enica at home. She does not want Enica hitting that forehand off the deck.
There's one off the deck.
That's a nice deep lob by Enica down the line. I think they should look to
15
get
love.
Molenveld off the net more. When that ball's going into Kazakevich's corner, Molenveld is closing. And I think if Kazakevich can get that lob higher and deeper down the line, she'll open up the court more.
Yeah, I feel like towards the end of the first set she was doing that a little better. It's clearly key, as you say.
I mean, the lobs are all
Yeah.
coming around the service line. A few boards over. See, that's a great lob. She pulled Molenveld back and to her left.
And to Molenveld and Guyaux's credit, they're hitting
30
very
lob.
deep volleys.
How about the touch just then on
Yeah.
Guyaux's
That
overhead?
was a spark right there.
You know I'm always looking for the spark. Ooh, trouble.
30-15.
Nice serve down the tee, and Enica
30
just
all.
loves that ball. It's sitting up shoulder high, and she just rolls over the top of it.
But we're in the second set, and that's the first time she's won points with drives 2 points in a row, Enica. So Molenveld and Guyaux have done a good job of not letting that happen.
All
Elliot-
right.
Elliot Rodesno win that match, close second set and a tiebreaker.
So they are through to the quarterfinals, and they await the winner of the number 16 seeds, Jade Curtis and Liz Jaffe, playing the number 2 seeds right now, Martina Andrekova and Anna Maria Zabori. We'll be showing the women's quarterfinals tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Zabori and Andrekova are through, so now the match results. Kerry Delmonico and Lauren Gabbia are through, and they
30,
will
40.
meet Heather Propp and Wendy Spiz.
Great volley, but Guyaux
Deuce.
there.
It's a risky spot for Roxy Enica to take when she's so far in the middle of the court. Better to go at the player in front of her so they don't have so much angle to volley like Guyaux just caught her there.
Not enough real estate there, right, Jerry?
That's
Advantage,
it.
Enica Kazakevich.
But she keeps watching. She
Yeah.
keeps trying to keep Roxy Enica honest and very tempting.
Game, Enica Kazakevich. Games are 1-all. Second set, new ball. Hold on. New ball.
So the players get a new ball every 7 games. I don't know about you guys, but I always loved getting a new ball. You could feel it. Got the flocking, it's all solid.
Yes, it was long.
So Mark
15
Bliss, the
love.
umpire, he's not calling the lines, he's only calling if being asked. The players are calling their own lines, but if asked, his decision is final. And there you see Anna Kazakevich, very comfortable in the ad side, but threw up a lob.
15 all.
I think that's just from lack of playing experience. You know, she went on the switch. Better to wait one more ball, build the point from the other side. Because Kazakevich used to play the ad side with Heather Prop. That was one of my questions with them
30-15.
coming in. How
And when she
comfortable.
played with Isla Bain, she played with the ad side. Played the ad side.
And I think she's more of a threat over there. That's why I would love for them to switch in the back, because
30
there could be a
all.
lot of firepower coming from that side. From
And
Kazakevich,
Kazakevich
yeah.
likes to hit her forehand inside out. She likes to be in the backhand corner and hit it.
And move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little bit handcuffed.
Whoops. Anika just shanked the roller.
30
All right, we have
40.
a score update. Cooper and Hanisch won the first set 6-1 against Sutter and Van Kennel.
Von Kennel.
Von Kennel.
30 40.
Ooh.
Game Guyaux, Molenveld. They lead 2 games to 1.
So
Second
again, you see
set,
Kazakevich getting
Guyaux,
caught
Molenveld
and
won the first set,
decided.
7 games to 5.
Lauren, you want to run out there and
Tell her
Tell
to
her what
stay
you
back
think.
on the serve. You'd think she would want to. Upswing Health is a digital sports medicine company that puts an orthopedic specialist at your fingertips. Upswing Health has a free AI-powered diagnostic tool designed by orthopedic surgeons that you can use to identify your injury. You can then learn how to treat your injury or even prevent another one with our free therapy programs, or even speak with a medical professional, all for free as a member of the APTA. So, if you just have some soreness after playing or a more serious injury, go to Upswing first. Go to upswinghealth.com/APTA.
I'm going to talk about that new service. It's very cool.
15
Anna, you
love.
might want to give them a call because you are currently.
Did you
Laying
tear
on
your
the couch.
meniscus?
Yeah, I have a lateral tear in my meniscus.
Otherwise, she'd be out there showing us how to play.
It's very hard for me to commentate and watch without being out there. But I'm learning.
Well, you know, you're doing a good job of keeping your foot still. When I first started commentating, when I had just stopped playing, my feet were going a mile a minute under the desk. I was like running down shots, right? I was hitting everybody with my arms, taking overheads, and the whole. You're a very calm color commentator.
I took a melatonin before I
15 all.
We do drug testing. No, but seriously, we're going to be interviewing Upswing and telling us all about it. But I think it's a wonderful new addition, which is going to be given to the APTA membership, a service. I can see very deliberate, focused point here for Guyaux Molenveld to see if they can get a 3-1 lead.
Guyaux and Molenveld are playing a very deliberate match.
Yeah.
Their shots are all going to a predetermined place, and they're staying with their strategy.
And they're calm.
Yeah.
It was tempting, but didn't have to be that good.
30
She
15.
would have caught Murder Molenveld in a shift.
Okay.
40 15.
How many of these overheads has Guyaux hit this match? Many.
I wasn't counting, but yes,
lot.
many's good.
It's been the play.
Yes. That's a wonderful get by Enica, by the way.
Do you think on any of them, Kazakevich could take it down the line and rip it at Jessica? I mean, and Guyaux, instead of keep on lobbing that
She
one
doesn't look comfortable hitting her forehand from that side.
like that.
There you go.
There you go. She heard me.
Yeah.
Game Guyaux, Molenveld. They lead 3-1, second set.
Yeah, Guyaux Molenveld looked very comfortable, very much under control.
But they switched right back on her.
See, I would have them keep it. I'm not sure if that's because maybe Roxy's
Love
not as
15.
comfortable, you know, playing offensively from the deuce side. But I think if she's not getting a ball and they're targeting Kazakevich, it might be better if they just tried, at least for a couple of points.
15 all. Well, 15-30. Thirty all.
Big point here.
Roxy, wait. Server's pace, please.
Yep, and you can see Guyaux Molenveld having a little bit of a chat.
play at the
Mark
server's
Bliss
pace.
is saying
She's ready.
when the server is ready
attention
to
to it.
serve, the receiver needs to be, receiving team needs to be ready. Yep. Enica did a good job getting that serve in there. So it's a lot of pressure. Oh,
Boy, Enica made that hard on herself.
I think she likes the action, though.
Yeah.
This is more her style of play. And she's calling off Kazakevich now. Beautiful lob
What
by
a lob.
Molenveld.
Deuce.
Not enough pace to drive that ball off the screen.
Enica's
Advantage,
clearly
Enica,
frustrated.
Kazakevich.
Oh. Boy, she built that point
Game,
well.
Enica,
I thought she was going to
Guyaux
take that ball and go
Molenveld
back
lead
at
3
Kazakevich
games to
because she
2.
had her out of the service box.
Second
But I
set.
think she's kind of dialed in watching Roxy.
I think she
Roxy's
changed
always
her
looking to
mind.
move. Yeah.
She looked indecisive. Okay, 3-2.
the new team is turning it around a little bit.
They're turning it around with not a lot of mid-point chatter.
Correct. Where Guyaux and Molenveld, I think, do it more often, especially if one of them maybe misses a serve or they bring it together and kind of take their time.
All right, Jessica Guyaux serving. 3-2, second set. They got the first set, 7-5. That's the lob I was talking about. The first one pulled Molenveld in, and then the second one deep down the line. Get some movement.
Well,
Which on that shot, I would
Love
have
30.
Roxy slide all the way to the screen and look for a forehand instead of staying in the middle and or blocking the screen.
But she's got to wait, to your point, Anna, she's got to wait and see what kind of lob Kazakevich hits, because if she doesn't hit it deep and high and she makes that move, she'll get caught at the screen.
Because I see a lot of blocking, which I think Kazakevich has done a
15-30.
pretty good job with, or a good job with lobbing high. And Enica has been blocking some of them, which I think she could have, like she's standing right now, like to return a serve. That's how I would like her to see her within the point, going all the way to the screen and looking for that forehand. It would force them maybe to hit that overhead a little more out wide.
That was also because she moved the lob.
15,
Guyaux
40.
came over to her right to hit the overhead, and then it was falling to the left, and which is why she missed that one.
And that's one of the few quick down-up volleys that Guyaux has hit. So she gave Kazakevich the timing and the rhythm. That's the right shot. That's the danger of playing too many balls to the deuce court player, because they can find the angle between and get that lob down the line.
See, all these overheads are too short where you allow the opponent to pick them off the deck and jerk them around a little more.
Too bad. That's vintage Guyaux.
Yeah.
Just
Kazakevich.
well
Games
set
are
up.
3-all,
Just keep
second
moving
set.
forward. Again, I'm just so surprised by the speed of play.
I thought it was going to be faster, to
Yeah.
be honest. I thought this was
Yeah.
going to be like 'cause
Underlay,
as
underlay.
you said earlier, all four players like to play fast, but this match really surprised me. They're pretty calm.
I think it's, yeah, and then like Lauren, like you said, it's coming from Guyaux and Molenveld.
Do you think it's because of nationals? Everybody's afraid to take it a little quicker.
No, I think Guyaux and Molenveld talked about this, and they
know
said
that these guys like to, yeah.
let's not let Roxy, run around and hit her shots.
Or have her and force her to make errors if we're playing it, slower, because she doesn't like that type
Yeah,
of play.
it's the same
Yeah.
effect. Oh, great
Nice
shot.
touch. Kazakevich stayed with it, stayed down,
15 love.
but well set up by Molenveld and Guyaux.
all.
Oh, guys, did you see that? They stayed back.
Well, Kazakevich missed the last serve. It's just too much pressure on her serve.
That's
You
a
stay back,
nice
you take
angle.
some of the pressure off yourself because you don't have to worry about making a volley or your opponent getting whacked, your partner getting whacked with a return. Great
Well
shot.
done. So you saw
15,
Enica
30.
really putting a lot more pace and spin on that overhead, but the problem is it sat up high on the screen. Guyaux was able to bring the ball down.
And it's a backside, which creates a little more offense instead of the side back.
Because
Because the ball's traveling forward.
that's it.
Got it right.
It wasn't a test.
Thank goodness you got that right, Anna.
I just
I
know
would have been in trouble.
Mike Gillespie will
all.
be listening.
Shout out to Mike if he's watching this match.
Mike's
There's
the director of paddle at the Indian Trail Club in Franklin Lakes.
some emotion from Kazakevich and Enica. They're pumped.
Forty, 30.
Wait for Roxy to come up.
Yeah, Kazakevich is taking a little longer before she serves.
Okay, another thing, Jerry and Lauren, if you're thinking about staying back as a server,
Game, Enica,
I would have them
Kazakevich.
play Australian. Tell your partner
They
that you're
lead
staying
4
back, and
games
this
to
way the
3,
player up
second
at the
set.
net can be
Guyaux,
taking anything that
Molenveld won the
flies,
first
knowing
set,
that your
7
partner is
games to
staying
5.
back and you're not playing discipline. But I feel like if you're staying back and you're playing the regular formation, you're kind of giving up 70% of the court, and you're going to have to go back. So Australian and stay back would be the play to go, and also letting your partner know that you get to do that.
Okay, is this the first lead for Enica and
Kazakevich.
Kazakevich, I believe?
I think Molenveld's calmness has really had a nice effect on Guyaux. Nice spot drives by Enica, high over the net.
All right, Roxy, I would love to see Roxy get involved a little bit.
How? When these labs are going short, she has 0 chance.
Right, like that.
There. And yeah, that's what happens, right? You sneak over as
15
the ad
love.
court player trying to get involved, and then they hit behind you.
But Lauren, the solution is obviously if it's easier, it's not easy when you get played, but the thought should be, I need to get the ball high. Why? To buy time, to not maybe
Yeah.
block the screens, and also maybe to get my partner involved.
Yeah, no,
But
she's
once
definitely got to
2 or
get the
3
ball
goes
higher.
short, it's
Yeah,
tougher and
yeah.
tougher.
That solves all problems, by the way, getting
Well, it's-
lobs deep and high.
Listen, it's easier to commentate from here than
Yeah.
to play, but
I'm going to give a shout out to Lloyd Emanuel, watching from South Carolina.
hey, Lloyd, we miss you out here.
30 love.
Also, we haven't seen a lot of return and blitz. Usually Jessica Guyaux likes to do
No, I
that
know.
in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
previous matches,
They're
right?
playing this match very straight up, all
Very
four of
straight
them.
up.
Not a lot of
30
blitzing, not a lot of I formation.
Maybe if we come to a third set. that might
No
be
one's
little
taking a
switching up.
chance. Everybody's
Yeah.
playing very calibrated.
Calibrated.
There's no risk taking.
(40-15).
You know, part of the tactics of a team is to wear down, your opponents so they can't perform at their highest level. And they're clearly, both teams are doing a great job of shutting down their opponents' strengths.
Yeah, and I have to say, whereas Guyaux Molenveld really looked like they had this match in hand, Enica and
Game, Guyaux,
Kazakevich did a good
Molenveld.
job of adjusting and getting
Games
themselves
are
back in.
4-all, second set.
And that was great setup by Enica. She hit 2 good forehand drives, but the lob pushed her 3 feet out of the service box, and she needed a placement overhead. But she's in that, that mojo of going forward. 4-all, second set.
There's
you
the
go.
blitz.
She
Did
heard
she
me.
hear us?
Love
Love
15.
to see more of that because
I
that's
think I saw your
Jessica's game.
footwork going there.
You what?
I think I saw your
I think
feet
my
going
knee
there.
went over there.
Yeah. There's a big
Big
Enica
serve.
serve, huh? Oh. And Nika just
Great
makes it look seamless.
15-all.
I don't know that I would come in behind that. That's such a hard volley to make in transition there. But
15-30.
back of the line with that serve.
30-all.
All right, 4-all, 30-all. Doesn't get any closer.
Lauren, what do you think their strategy is for Enica and Kazakevich? Do they have a plan of
30,
who they're
40.
playing, or they're mixing it up shot by shot? Because I feel like both players, Guyaux and Molenveld, have been in play most of the match. I think, yes, Guyaux has maybe a little bit more to Guyaux, but I don't know if they have a plan. As
Doesn't
a new
look
team.
like it. It doesn't look like. You can see, watching Guyaux Molenveld in the backcourt, what their plan is. But Enica,
'Cause
Kazakevich
they've been
look like they're.
redirecting a lot. So
All right, back to deuce. 4-all, second set. Roxy and Enica serving. Trying
There's
to
the
hold
move
on
again.
here. There's a little spark from Jessica Guyaux moving forward and blitzing.
Advantage, Guyaux, Molenveld.
And they have a point to go up 5-4 in the second set. You could feel
Game
the energy
Guyaux,
change.
Molenveld,
Those
they
last
need
few
5
points,
games
you could
before
see that
second
Guyaux got her legs involved, got down, started
Molenveld
blitzing, hit a big
won the first set,
return.
7 games
Molenveld
to
picked
5.
up
New
on
ball.
it.
A little more aggressive.
Yep, and they will be serving for the match.
I like the blitzing. I think to consistently be at the top of the women's game nowadays, everyone's so athletic and quick and hits the ball well. You have to be able to do something other than just stay back and wait for your shot. You have to be able to blitz, and you have to be able to move the ball around that way, coming up and back. You can't just play straight up all the time.
Yes, the volley being the hardest shot in the sport gives you that opportunity, especially on the return of serve, to take advantage of that.
The first volley.
First volley. Thank you, Jerry.
It's okay, just pointing it out. Winner of this match plays number 3 seeds Dardis and Shea.
Talking about a local team.
And a local team with a
And
plan.
With a plan, exactly.
Kazakevich
Love
and Enica
15.
not so fast. They're not
Not
done
sure if
here.
they're going to like that comment, Jerry.
Hmm?
Not sure if they're going to like that comment.
What?
Not so fast.
Not
No,
not so
they're
fast.
saying
It's
they're
gonna
not
be
so
over.
fast to get off the court.
Yeah, they're not done yet.
They're fast.
Nice.
Good roller. Right at Kazakevich.
Right, like we talked
15
about, it was in the
all.
last foot of the court. It's a heavy, heavy ball that Myrta Molenveld hits. Oh, it's deep in the court like that. It's tough to handle. Yeah, that one's short in the court, so Kazakevich can block it easier.
Oh,
Oh, nice hands by Guyaux.
But Jerry, as you said earlier, Roxy keeps on driving it down the middle where the volley can go
30-15.
right behind her. Down the line would be the smart shot, because even if they volley it back, they will volley it back either at her or give it to her partner.
Right, they won't have the angle to beat her. Oh, she saw it, but she kind of pushed it.
40-15.
You can see there's a shot of our booth there. The 10 says Kelly Diesel, our producer, waving. We're all set up here for the weekend, nice and toasty.
it's match point. Kazakevich is finally going to hit all her 4 drives now.
Oh, she handled that well.
Yeah, good.
Nice close by
Game,
Molenveld.
set, match, Guyaux, Molenveld.
Well, that was a
match.
very
They win 7-5,
methodical,
6-4.
purposeful match by
With a
Guyaux
plan.
Molenveld. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what their game plan is against the all-time strategic team of Dardis and Shea tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that match, you guys?
Well, I think if they play like this, it would be a closer
Just-
match, because Dardis and
just
Shea
because I'm
don't
old.
like to play fast. So if they play
it's
fast
okay.
against
I've
them,
been
they
called
might
worse.
make a little more errors than they should. But if they play a match like this, a little bit more controlled and with a plan, I think it could be close.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. You know, Dardis and Shea have only made it to the finals of nationals once, and it was
was
actually
here.
Gonna get the
here
other one?
4 years ago. So they've got the hometown crowd
Yeah.
behind them. But it'll be interesting. They'll be playing the women's quarterfinals tomorrow, Saturday at 10 o'clock. So thanks, Anna, for joining us in your
Thanks for
color
having
commentary,
me,
and
guys.
Lauren will be on deck tomorrow. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with the men's round of 16. Oh, men's round of 32. Mark Fisher's going to be sitting here in the booth with Lauren Mandel. So, Lauren, go get a break, and we'll be right back.